So actually, my mother got multiple sclerosis, the progressive primary form of multiple sclerosis. Actually, seen many things like someone called Block, uh, Bloch, Bloch, and she said that they were about to insert the stem cells, brain stem cells. It was about to evolve. Also said some new researches, some new research, something in Singapore scientists about that they could once again, like it has been done a few less one first time, uh, about the stem cells, using stem cells to stem cells are transformed into brain cells, brain genetic cells, and they could insert it. They could insert it inside the brain, and also also they said that yes, of course, and about rejuvenating the cells, the body cells, body genetic cells in Japan, and also all these things about even the South China Morning Post that said robotics could help, and about parts of a brain that were with stem cells that were in interaction with artificial intelligence, with robotic things, but that was something else. But just we already think about technology, about micro technology, about nanorobots and nanobiotechnology. But I found some things about multiple sclerosis, but it was quite a long time ago, and it's kind of difficult, and even for people with fats, with obesity, it could help also about nanorobots, but it's something else, even for all other things. I heard recently that they were about to rejuvenate even more about the heart, the cardiac stem cells. They already do it, but it's kind of restricted because stem cells therapies are not that sure. This has become so commercial, but people that really had cardiac troubles, they have benefit from it. Even people with things of bone problems and about skeletal problems. But they found even more things like that about heart stem cells. Anyways, rejuvenate so body genetic cells with also with yes, and what about pollution? Because pollution is increasing. So they found in China, they did something that was quite popular and popularized mostly in India, because they have the same urban pollution, climate problems. About the mist cannons, and some kind of trucks, and even little trucks. Personally, I think they should do, instead of bioengineering throwing salt, very costful, very costful salt through special salt through clouds. I think that they should, and also the mist cannons, a few high, but not that much. Mist cannons in trucks, they throw kind of vapor of water, vaporized water is good, but couldn't they just imitate the things of shower, the things of a shower system? Maybe the water could spread and become vapors, and that's what they fear. They said only heavy rain, could make fall the pollution elements, the carbon elements, to the ground, because each time it rains, it's said that there is really less pollution, but about the particles of they say thin particles, this doesn't go away. There is some kind of masks, to protect yourself from the thin particles that stay stuck inside the lungs. Just like the modern tobacco. And also they said that, and they also found a new way. They found some kind of new enzyme. They used this enzyme with insects, and this enzyme was used and transformed artificially to destroy plastic, many forms of plastic. And I think that in massive ways, if we could do that in massive ways, this could help against pollution of ocean and of sea and lakes. And also I think that also there is something called, and it's called Pet Ace, and they are about to destroy many forms of plastic. Also, they can boost production of vegetation, but not in pots, but vegetation even in green buildings. Vegetation that can absorb to the maximum. Really, like even in science fiction, absorb the maximum of carbon to boost it. And also, about the extinction that we could make revive recently disappeared species by cloning them, but not really, most of the time, not really fully clone them, to use some species still alive that have similarities, genetically, other animals, even corals and vegetation, and even like they used to do entomology with different plants that sharpened different things like that, even with some seeds of plants. And we could clone back things like that, just like in Madagascar. There was a very tall plant that they cloned back. Could it bear the new climate? They tried to bring back something called colossal bioscience. It's a firm, and they try to make revive some very old species. Also, even that could help too. But anyways, you also got some some ways to detect that they could add to masks, against lungs viruses and respiratory viruses, and they were able to detect things around you, things near you, to detect it, like viruses and all that. And we could even do it even for other things than the lungs viruses. We could do it for any kinds of other viruses. It's called spectrometer, and also yes, and just about all those things about the blue crabs and the blue catfishes that could help against malnutrition, even in climatized ways, but in nature they destroy merely everything. For malnutrition, they destroy merely everything. The blue crabs and the blue catfishes. They eat merely everything, and the blue catfishes eat already the blue crabs. And in some kind of half artificial, closed ways with cages with efficacy, that really could help against malnutrition. Radio programs, you had the radio programs already. People thought about it already. Radio programs, educative radio programs, even translated into slang, not slang, excuse me, but translated, but anyways, translated in popular ways of talking and regional talkings. Radio programs with cheap radios, for people that do not have computers, people that cannot have teachings by distance, and people that cannot go to school in isolated places, that kind of problem in some regions of the world. And also, what else? Yes, and they even can, they found some medicaments against diabetes, for diabetic problems, and they tried, and maybe it could help against multiple sclerosis. Anyways, even like Lecambie, a thing from an African snail that could help. They used to do that, to do adverts that to help make the skin, facial skin, younger, but it can help even against Alzheimer. And they made in a chemical way some new medicaments issued from it. No more commercials, only against wrinkles and all that. And also I heard about Brian Johnson that had different ways. Anyways, this about medical order, the medical national order, the medical national institutes that could recognize the different things, and we could already, we're still with CRISPR-Cas9. I talked about CRISPR-Cas9 before, but this could help, even people already born, people already living. They found a way about blood sicknesses, blood genetics sicknesses. Someone might have already healed. There's not a lot of people that were that were about to use that, but about CRISPR-Cas9. even against sicknesses, people that have not already born, have not already been born, and they could help modifying, detecting sicknesses, and modifying even for people, minorities. Could it be religious or even ethnical minorities, or things like that, that we could help with CRISPR-Cas9, to help them against consanguinity problems, genetic problems. And this is a great thing, what the Singapore scientists have made. Also about to help, against damages in the brain and brain sicknesses and all that. That the stem cells became brain cells, and they were about to help, the damages of brain. And that's great, because before they used to turn, into tumors. Yes, okay.